Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Monday, March 18th, 2019.
Commissioner Garcia, Cabello, James, and Davis are present. President James, we do have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Uri Jimenez, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Brett McReynolds, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ali Pusti, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Richard Saragumba, Street Lighting.
Good morning, Pamela Ostrander, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment. We also do not have any commentary under the Neighborhood Council commentary section. No speaker cards received on any of the items for today's regular agenda as well.
Okay, we'll close general public comment and the Neighborhood Council category of commentary. Agenda item number 5, Authority for Expenditure, Southern California Regional Rail Authority. Bureau of Engineering and the Office of Accounting are requesting board approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $175,800 to pay for the payment to the Southern California Regional Rail Authority for construction and maintenance agreement for the Taylor Yard Bikeway Pedestrian Bridge over the Los Angeles River project. Mr. Mallis, welcome back.
Hey, good morning. Norm Malhus, Bureau of Engineering Architectural Division. So for our Taylor Yard Bikeway Pedestrian Bridge project, we will have an aspect of our project, a north bike ramp that crosses the tail tracks of Southern California Regional Rail Authority, and due to that reason, we have a construction and maintenance agreement with them, which dictates the provisions and contract which we will build within their vicinity. And the fee for this is $175,800. We already have an executed agreement, and we're going in front of you to approve this AFE for this amount.
Okay, any questions on number 5? Commissioner Cabello's made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 5, seconded by Commissioner Davis. Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 5. Any issue sending number 5 forthwith? We'll send number 5 forthwith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 4, Authority for Expenditure, Department of Toxic Substances Control. Bureau of Engineering and the Office of Accounting are requesting board authority and approval for execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $47,807.09 to pay for environmental site assessment fees for the Taylor Yard G2 parcel. Ms. Doherty.
Good morning, Katie Daugherty, Bureau of Engineering, LA River Implementation Team. This is an authorization for authority expenditure for our regulatory agency at the Department of Toxic Substances Control. Taylor Yard G2 parcel was purchased by the city back in 2017 and is known to be a brownfield, so we are therefore under the authority of the Department of Toxic Substances Control. This particular invoice was for their oversight while we did site assessments last summer. We did a bunch of drilling just to figure out exactly which contaminants we were dealing with. So this is just their invoice for oversight during that period.
Okay, we need to pay their invoice. Any questions? Commissioner Cabello has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 4, seconded by Commissioner Garcia.
Thank you.
Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 4. Thank you. Any issue sending number 4 forthwith? We will send number 4 forthwith. Agenda item number 3, Project Labor Agreement. Vision Zero Phase 2B is in Boy Metro Blue Line, Highway Rail Grade Crossings, I-5 Corridor Improvements Project. Recommending that the board add the Department of Public Works Project Labor Agreement to these projects. Ms. Aguirre Moreno, hi.
Good morning. My name is Patricia Aguirre Moreno, and I'm with the Bureau of Contract Administration. And I am here for a joint recommendation to the Board of Public Works from the Bureau of Contract Administration, Engineering, and the Department of Transportation to add the Department of Public Works Project Labor Agreement to the Vision Zero Phase 2B project, the Metro Blue Line / Highway Rail Crossings project, and the I-5 Corridor Improvement project. The projects are located throughout the city of Los Angeles, spanning various council districts, and the city engineer has estimated a total construction cost of about $7 million. The Vision Zero Phase 2B, the Metro Blue Line / Highway Rail Crossings, and the I-5 Corridor Improvement projects consist of improvements throughout the city with Vision Zero objectives to reduce traffic-related fatalities to 0 by 2025. The projects include improvements to existing traffic signals and pedestrian crossings, the installation of new traffic signals, some with protected and protected permissive left turns, high visibility crosswalks, leading pedestrian interval phasing, new pedestrian curb ramps and tactile warning strips, and the installation of hardware and preparation of software for a computer-controlled traffic signal system. The PLA that we are recommending provides numerous benefits to the city, including helping to ensure that quality work is completed on time and within budget, ensuring work is done safely by utilizing skilled workers with a commitment to training, and facilitating an orderly settlement of labor disputes without strikes or other work stoppages. The PLA will also help ensure the maximum economic benefit is achieved for the city's residents and community. Completed projects covered by previous and current PLAs have created an average of 13 jobs per 1 million of project cost. So based on this math, the 3 projects would potentially generate 91 new jobs and continued career opportunities. Adding the PLA will ensure that construction work includes specific targets for hiring local residents, including apprentices and transitional workers with barriers to employment such as homelessness, veteran status, and criminal history. These hiring targets within the PLA are actively monitored by BCA's Office of Contract Compliance. Thus, the PLA addition is recommended to the Vision Zero Phase 2B, the Metro Blue Line / highway rail crossings, and the I-5 corridor improvements projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions at all on this project labor agreement? Even though you've indicated, Ms. Gary Moreno, the amount in the board report references the number of jobs, approximately 91. That's the 13 per 1 million. It's a $7 million project. That's the math there. So, but I always like to add to the oral record just an emphasis on the budget for these collective projects. Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 3, seconded by Commissioner Garcia. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 3. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any issue sending number 3 forthwith? We will send number 3 forthwith. Agenda item number 2, Mr. Drucker's sitting in there thinking, man, I'm number 1 today. I get to go first. Now I'm going backwards, though. See, Neil? Agenda item number 2, contract amendment number 2, Hunters Point Family. This is Council Districts 1, 9, and 13, recommending that the board, subject to approval of the mayor, approve the proposed contract number 2 with the Hunters Point Family in the amount of $297,000 to provide bathroom attendant and monitoring services for the mobile pit stop program at 5 new locations with no change to the existing term of the contract, and authorize myself or 2 members of the board to execute the contract amendment. Mr. Yu, and I see Mr. Mendoza in the room as well. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning, commissioners and executive officers. My name is Mike Yu. I'm working for the board executive office. Board executive office is requesting the board to approve the amendment number 2 to the existing contract with Hunter Point Family for providing attendance service for the mobile pit stop program. The purpose of the mobile pit stop program focus on providing the hygiene services for the homeless in the city, also protect the public health. In February 2018, the board authorized to launch a 6-month pilot program, and because the positive outcome in July 2018, the board authorized to extend the pilot program by the amendment number 1 for another year, also expand the location from 8 to 11. Also, in June 2018, the city received $85 million HIP funding from the state, and also, among which $6.5 million fund was allocated to expand the mobile pit stop program, also launched the new mobile shower program. Last Wednesday, under board authorization, RFP was released to obtain the best result for both programs. However, in order to expedite expansion of the program, the executive office requests the board to approve the amendment number 2 to the existing contract. The purpose of the amendment number 2 is to extend the service to cover 5 additional new locations, which include 1 location in the CD1, one location in the CD9, 2 locations in the CD13, and 1 location in the CD14. There are no changes to the existing contract terms. Also, the fund is available in the Executive Office operation budget and will be funded by the HIP funding. This concludes my report.
We'll start with Commissioner Davis. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
So, in summary, this motion will allow us to expand the services that we will be providing in terms of assisting the homeless situation with regard to the mobile pit stop program, expanding it to 3 additional council districts, I guess 4 additional council.
4 additional, yes.
And the original motion that we, this will be augmented, added to the original motion that we passed, I guess you said last week, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Mr. Yu, Mr. Mendoza may have referenced this on Wednesday, I think, when you presented last week, but I don't remember if he did. Is there a timing on the anticipated timing on the RFP? How long we think the RFP process will be for this?
The board office expect the RFP will be accomplished at the end of June. The contract will take place at the beginning of August of this year.
Okay. And no problem, obviously, extending with this contractor for that interim period of time, obviously.
That's correct. That's why this amendment number 2 only covers the period from April 1st to the July 31st of this year.
Okay. And Mr. Jordan, you don't have any problem extending the sole source on this, right?
No, I concur with the board office's recommendation.
Okay. Any other questions? I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 2, seconded by Commissioners Garcia and Davis. Any objection? With that objection, that'll be the order on number 2. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the board. Was this your first presentation?
Thank you. This is my first time.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Any issues sending number 2 forthwith? We'll send number 2 forthwith. Agenda item number 1. At long last, Mr. Drucker. Let's see what we're doing in number 1. We have an emergency change order in Council District 1. This is change order number 35 and supplemental agreement change order number 41. Sully Miller Contracting Company recommending that the board authorize $547,906.17 in additional contingency and approve a revised construction budget of $22,208,406.17 for the Albion Riverside Park project. Secondly, authorize the city engineer to issue emergency change order number 35 to Sully Miller for a not to exceed amount of $180,000 to install 4 Musco sports field lights at the northern U8 sized soccer field. And third, authorize the city engineer to issue a supplemental change order number 41 to increase the contract ceiling amount from $21,665,500 to $22,208,406.17, which makes up the difference. And Mr. Drucker, as I recall, we have a decent number of change orders on this project as well. But go ahead.
That's correct. Good morning, Commissioners. Neil Drucker, Bureau of Engineering. I got a little excited earlier. I was ready to come up, but now we're ready for me.
It's all right. It's not a long meeting now.
No, this is good. Thank you. Yeah, that is correct, President James. We do have a long list of change orders on this project. It's almost 2 years in construction now, but I'm very happy to say first that the project is about 98% complete. We have a grand opening scheduled for Saturday, March 30th. We'd like all of you guys to attend. It should be a really nice event, and it's a beautiful park. It's really coming along nicely. Throughout the course of the project, we've had a number of issues. First of all, hazardous materials. We found significantly more contamination than was originally anticipated. We've come back to the board a couple times with regard to those issues, and I'm happy to say that all the contamination has been dealt with, and we're well beyond that. The specific change order in question was a request from our client, the Department of Recreation and Parks, a few months ago. We've installed a number of new synthetic soccer fields. All of them are lit, but this one smaller U8 field, Mike Scholl, the general manager of Recreation and Parks, felt it was important to have all the fields lit, and therefore came to Gary Lee Moore as city engineer and asked him if that was possible. We said yes, and ultimately Recreation and Parks provided the funding for this additional cost. The contractor is just about complete with installing not only the lights, but all the conduit and other support systems for those lights. So Bureau of Engineering recommends approval of the report.
Thank you, Neil. Let me go back to the change order topic. We're 98% complete. We're roughly, what are we, 31% change orders? That's a little high.
It is a little high, yes.
But I remember some of the issues that we've had over the years. But since you're 98% complete, and Recon Park's paying for this one, obviously, is it fair to say that you don't really anticipate additional change orders other than what may be a final closeout change order?
That's correct, Commissioner. Yeah, we intend not to come back until the project's completing construction and we come back for final acceptance. I hope there aren't any more final closeout change orders, but if there are, they'd probably be very minimal. We've really gone through all the change order requests throughout the project with a fine-tooth comb and don't believe there's anything that we missed or any, anything that the contractors could come back and say, oh, I forgot to ask you for this change order. So I think we're pretty good on this project.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions on number one? Commissioner Caballos made a motion that we adopted agenda item number one, seconded by Commissioners Garcia and Davis. Therefore, without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number one. Any issue sending number one forthwith? We will send number one forthwith. Dr. Campos, have we cleared the desk on the regular meeting?
Yes, you have.
Okay, so the regular meeting is adjourned. We have a special meeting that is scheduled for 10:30. It is now 10:22. So don't go far, folks. We will have our special meeting that will start at 10:30 for one item that is a request from the Bureau of Engineering regarding extension of a street closure. So we'll be back at 10:30. Those of you that have completed your business this morning, including every bureau but engineering, feel free to excuse yourself. Thank you all. We are. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the special meeting of the Board of Public Works scheduled for today at 10:30 a.m.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. We're going to establish roll call. We have Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Cabello, Commissioner James, and Commissioner Davis. President James, we do have a quorum. We do not have representatives here except for the Bureau of Engineering. I'll let him introduce himself.
Good morning, Udi Jimenez, Bureau of Engineering.
Again, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any comments under Neighborhood Council commentary, and we also did not receive a speaker card under the special for today's agenda.
Okay, we'll close general public comment as well as the Neighborhood Council category of commentary. I'll also note for the record that our General Counsel, Ted Jordan, is in the room as well. This is in Council District 14, Active Transportation Program Cycle 1, Safe Routes to School Infrastructure Improvements for the Sheridan Street Elementary School and Breed Street Elementary School project. Recommending that the board first extend the time duration of the Phase 1 and Phase 2 street closures at the intersections of St. Louis Street and 2nd Street from March 4th, 2019 to April 17th, 2019, and St. Louis Street at Michigan Avenue from May 3rd, 2019 to May 29, 2019, respectively. All other recommendations and conditions in the board report remain effective as adopted by the board on December 14th, 2018. So therefore, referencing the board report from December 14th, 2018. Mr. Cuevas, go ahead, sir.
Good morning. My name is Carlos Cueva. I'm with the Bureau of Engineering, Street and Stormwater Division. This report before you is to present a motion for the Active Transportation Program, ATP Cycle 1, Safe Routes for School Infrastructure Improvements for the Sheridan Street Elementary School and Breed Street Elementary School project. The board extend the time duration of Phase 1 and Phase 2 street closures at the intersection of St. Louis Street and 2nd Street. The current permit expired from March 4th, so we want to extend it to April 17, 2019, and St. Louis Street and Michigan Avenue from May 3rd, 2019 to May 20, 2019, respectively. All other recommendations, conditions on the board remains effective as adopted by the board on December 14, 2018. I provided some pictures for you to help you visualize. Once we began construction at the intersection of San Luis Street and 2nd Street and removed the sidewalk, it began to rain, and so we had to wait until the rain stopped. The existing type of soil is classified as expansive clay, which when it rains, it gets saturated and it swells. This swelling caused a part of an old retaining wall at the northwest corner to collapse, which was not part of the scope. Then rained again, and a sinkhole appeared on the east side of 2nd Street next to the roundabout that was constructed, which was also not part of the scope of work. To put it under perspective of how much rain we got in February and in January, when in January it averaged rains at 3.12 inches, and in February 3.8 inches. This year we got 10.21 inches and 15.8 inches respectively on those same months. We have, as CD14, Council District 14 has been informed of this extension, and they are in support of it.
Thank you. Sir, we'll start with Commissioner Cabello.
Thank you, President James. Can you tell me, what was the date of the wall collapsing and the sinkhole forming? Approximately, rough guesstimate.
It was towards the end of January, because we closed the intersection on January 21st.
And given that that was the end of January, anticipating the rains and understanding that your extension of your street closures was about to become due, why was this rushed via board motion and a special agenda?
Well, we were expecting to have everything done. As I mentioned, that there was a lot of rain that wasn't expected. We don't average that much rain on this couple of months. So we were thinking we're going to finish it on time as long as the rain stops. But it kept raining and raining, and issues started to come up.
Understood. However, last week it wasn't raining that hard, and the week before it wasn't that bad either. You had plenty of time to get this on a normal agenda, is my point. We're happy to give you the extension. We understand the need. We support this project fully. I just would appreciate the consideration of our process of not rushing this through at the last minute, given that this was plenty of time for you to actually get this through the proper process.
Yes, and we apologize for that too, but we were trying, since we never done something like this before, we would know exactly what the procedures were. So in the process of trying to find out what we needed to do and expecting that the rain was going to stop and we can finish the work, which is cut us off guard.
Understood, but I think that's why we have an executive officer you can call and help you walk through that process in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? I'll make a motion that, well, Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt Special 1. I'll second it along with Commissioner Garcia. Any objection? With that objection, we'll adopt Special Item 1. Any issues sending Special Item 1 forthwith? We'll send it forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cabello. Dr. Campos, are we clear on the desk now?
Yes, you are.
We are adjourned this Monday morning.